Brakataya Hell, Brakataya Hell Shah, Brakataya Hell, Brakataya Hell Shah, Brakataya Hell, Brakataya Hell Shah, Kohaloya Hell, Bashimi Hell Shah, Bashimi Kwakwadash. First and foremost, I'm going to give double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. And I'm going to give a mighty shalom to all the brothers and sisters out there, the Akim and the Aqua. And today, I just want to go over the book of Obadiah and really break down what's to come and what's their judgment's going to be. Because if you really look into Esau and how they act, they feel like nothing's going to happen to them for all the crimes they've committed against the children of Israel. And they go on day and day, continue to do these crimes, not being able to sleep without doing wickedness to the children of Israel, thinking the Lord does not see it. But all their sins are just piling up until they reach heaven. And so this book is really prophesying what's to come for Esau and what's their payment for all their crimes. So this is Obadiah 1:1. The vision of Obadiah. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from the Lord, and the ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. Now, if you don't understand, back in Genesis, the serpent, which is Esau, was made base men. And he told the serpent, you shall lie on thy belly, meaning he is base men. He's the bottom of bottom out of all men, out of all heathens too. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee. Thou that dwellest in the cliffs of the rock, whose habitation is high, that said in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? And that's Esau nowadays. If you see into their kingdom, all they have is these big skyscrapers. And the higher you go up, the more it costs to live there. And if you haven't noticed, they always got the penthouse where they want to live and feel like they're above others. Feel like that's pretty much representing, I'm up here and you're down there. They want to be like the Most High. They want to be the top of the kingdom, the top of the totem pole, because they're base men, if you remember back to that. And it says, who shall bring me down? So we're going to go to Isaiah 47:1. So like it. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. So this is when the Most High is going to bring them back down to the dust and bring down their kingdom. See, Esau doesn't believe that anybody can bring them down to the ground. Esau doesn't believe that anybody can beat their military. But if you haven't noticed, they're scared. They brought in the SpaceX force, and they pretty much saying they have to fight unknown things. That unknown thing is the Lord, and they're not going to be able to beat the Lord. And how will the Lord bring them down? He shall bring them down with Israel. If I'm correct, Israel is my battle axe. Yep. Jeremiah 51:20. Jeremiah 51:20. Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war. For with thee I will break in pieces the nations, and with thee I will destroy kingdoms. So this is what I'm saying, going back to. The Lord will take Israel and use them as his battle axe to bring down these kingdoms, this last kingdom of Esau and all these other heathens. And he shall give 144,000 spiritual powers in this day. And they shall go out and destroy all of Esau's kingdom within an hour. And then bring up all those Edomites that want to hide in caves and bunkers, thinking that they shall escape these ICBM missiles. You're not going to be able to escape them ICBM missiles. He going to turn your own, weapons of warfare against you. Where was that? Okay. Obadiah 1:4. Thou that exalt thyself as the eagle, Salaki, though thou exalt thyself as an eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord. Now that's what we're going back to too. Though thou set thy nest among the stars. This is those satellites in that SpaceX, believing that they just like the Most High, thinking that they can watch above everybody and be like, how do I put it? If you ever seen the movie Eagle Eye, they have these satellites where they can see everything, know what you're doing, know where you're at, by using all the cameras they put inside their whole entire kingdom. So they're trying to be like the Most High, especially with that Vicky Venom trying to get you a part of that Juice crew. And once they get that, they want to be able to read your mind, know your blood rate, know who you're having sex with, know what you're doing at all times. Okay, Obadiah 1:5. If these came to thee, if robbers by night, how are thy cut off? Would they not have stolen till they had enough? If the grape gatherers came to thee, would they have not leave some grapes? And that's another thing. What's it called? Esau is worse than any thief, because Esau will take everything you have away from you. A common thief, if they steal something, they won't take everything. So like if somebody breaks into your house, they might take a TV and a game, but they're not going to take your furniture, your clothes, your bed, and everything you have. Esau, on the other hand, will take everything you have and even try to take you. Okay? Alright. How are these things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? His hidden things are searched out and sought up by the Most High. Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. Without him, you will never be able to understand what he's been doing or what he's put you through. But by the Spirit of the Lord, he has revealed these things to you in the last days. You have seen that people are starting to wake up, even base men. And by what I mean by base men, I'm saying like even the men that aren't even the smartest of the smartest, you can walk past them and they starting to talk about the Illuminati of these crafty councils. Now, they might not understand it on a spiritual level, but on a carnal level, they're starting to see the things that these wicked demons and devils are doing. See, Esau is the worst thing to ever happen, because they can't go to sleep without doing wickedness. They can't go to sleep without persecuting the poor or messing with the bottom class. Okay? Psalms 10:2. The wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined. For the wicked boast of his heart, desire, and blesses the covenants whom the Lord abhorred. The wicked through the pride of his countenance would not seek after Yahweh. Yahweh is not in all his thoughts. This is very true. It is not in all his thoughts. This is none of his thoughts. Matter of fact, it is in his thoughts, because even though he says he's not scared, he still is scared. Because you have to think about it. If you're not scared, what are you preparing for? If you're not scared, what are you making all these weapons of destruction for? But at the same time, what they don't realize, the Most High controls them. He controls the whole thing. He controls the right hand and the left hand. Psalms 10:5. Matter of fact, I'm going to go over Obadiah and Psalms 10, because this is going right into what they do. His ways are all so grievous, like judgment are far above out of his sight. That's what his enemies he puffeth up at them. See, Esau for the past decade or more, really more decades, 100 years, they've always felt like they've been the big brother. They've been a bully. And so they bully their own allies. They bully everybody because they feel like nobody can stop them. But at a point, Esau's going to lose. And once he lose, the weak shall say, I'm strong. And everybody going to realize, oh, that's not the same Esau. That's not the same person who used to bully us. Let's go ahead and team up on him and jump him, because what is he going to do now? He can't stop us. And see, Psalms 10:6. He has said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be at adversity. That's pride. Nobody is as prideful as Esau. How can you say that I will never be in adversity? I shall not be moved. You feel like nobody can touch you. You feel like you're the Lord, and you're not. You're a base man at the end of the day. His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. And that's all he does. Anytime that you go to Esau for something, they always got deceit in it. They always with fraud and mischief and vanity. If you got to think about this, when they be telling you to read these contracts, you literally have to read those contracts, because if you take it to one of your lawyers is part of Esau's big plan. They will tell you that everything is fine, then get you to sign something which you could be signing your life away. Psalms 10:8. He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages. In the secret places doth he murder the innocent. His eyes are prevarily set against the poor. Who's the poor? In his kingdom, the poor are the nations of Israel. So he's always trying to mess with the nations of Israel, the Most High's people, because this has been a ongoing hatred since the womb. Yeah, I'm going to just keep on going down. I'm going to go back to Obadiah. Psalms 10:9. He lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor. He doth catch the poor when he draws him into his net. See, Esau is sleazy. Real sleazy. They'll make a way in order to trap you, or they'll make a way in order to seem like they didn't do it on purpose. They did it on accident. So, like, with the 13th Amendment, if you think about it this way, they say slavery is gone, but if you get caught in the act of doing certain things, you can get arrested. And once you get arrested, that 13th Amendment comes apart and you're a slave again. They can do whatever they want with you. See, they real crafty with what they do. Okay. Psalms 10:10. He croucheth and humbleth himself, that the poor man may fall by his strong ones. He hath said in his heart, Yahweh hath forgotten. He hid his face, and he will never see it. See, that right there. Just because the Most High isn't making himself visible or making it known right now, doesn't mean he doesn't see what you're doing, or doesn't hear what you're doing, or isn't there while you're doing it. He knows all. He sees all. So all them times while you in them crafty councils underneath closed doors in the mansions, he knows what you're doing. He knows what you're planning. He's just waiting for it to build all the way up. So when he comes down and declares that judgment, he gonna destroy y'all ass. Okay? Arise, O Lord, O God, lift up thy hand, forget not the humble. Wherefore doth the wicked contemn Yahweh? He has said in his heart, thou wilt not require it. Thou hast seen it, for thou beholdest for thou beholdest mischief and spite, to require it with thy hand. The poor committeth himself unto thee. Thou art the helpers of the fatherless. Break thou the arm of the wicked and the evil man. Seek out his wickedness till thou find none. The Lord is king forever and ever. The heathen are perished out of his land. Lord, thou hast heard the desire of the humble. Thou wilt prepare their heart. Thou wilt cause thine ear to hear, to judge the fatherless and the oppressed, that the man of the earth may no more oppress. So pretty much, these last few lines is pretty much going over how the Most High hears the cries of Israel, hears the cries of the humble man. See, this is a punishment for us, because we used to go to other gods, we used to cleave on the other heathens and their customs. So now that we're coming back to our nationality, our heritage, come back to our Lord, he hears us and he sees what they're doing. And so when he finally decides to come back for us, he's gonna repay Esau for everything they've done. For what you reap, you sow. Okay, we're gonna go back to Obadiah. Where was I at? Okay, I read that. I believe I was at Obadiah 1:7. All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee, and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. See, it's no understanding in him. It never has been. Now, if you go back to Genesis, when it's going to go down and speak on Old Teman, they was always known for their wisdom. But the Most High is going to take that away from them. He's going to take everything away from them. That weapons of warfare, that sword that he bestowed to them, he's lucky. But as I was saying, yeah, it won't be able to help them no more. They won't be able to stand up for themselves. They won't be able to do anything anymore. They're going to go back down to being base men. Okay. Shall I not in that day, say the Lord, even destroy the wise man out of Edom and understanding out of the mount of Esau? So he's going to take out all their wise men, out all their understanding, and they're going to be sitting there clueless. They're going to be sitting there in the dust. They're going to be sitting there pretty much high and scared. Matter of fact, I believe it's in Revelations. Is it Revelations 4 and 21 or 21 and 4? Let the mountain fall on us. Revelation 6:16, Salaki. Okay, we're going to go back down to this. Revelation 6:15, I'm going to start at. And the kings of the earth, the great men, the rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty man, and every bondman and every free man, hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains. So this is pretty much all the heathens, all the rich men, all the people that's been doing sinning. They shall go to all these places to try to hide from the chariots, the ICBM missiles, and hide from the hour of temptation. But you won't be able to hide. Nothing will be able to save you in that hour but the Lord. In Revelation 6:16, it said to the mountains and rocks, fall on us, hide us from the face of him that seeketh. Salaki, fall on us and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne and from the wrath of the Lamb. That Lamb, if you remember who that Lamb is, that's Yahweh Shai. See, the wrath of that Lamb is from the time of what he's done to us and when they had put him up there and killed him. You got to think that he was alive when all that happened. He's not coming back as no man. He's not coming back with love and tears. He's not coming back with none of that. He's coming back with war, vengeance. For the day of his wrath is come, and who shall be able to stand? That right there says it all, plain upon tables. Nobody will be able to stand in that day. Nobody will be able to stop it in that day. For the end of Esau is the beginning of Jacob. And thy mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed to the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter. See? That right there. It's by slaughter. Ain't gonna be no hugs and kisses. Ain't gonna be no pat on the back. It's okay. No, you're gonna get slaughtered. They want blood. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. So after 1,000 years of being a slave, they shall be cut off forever. You will never see Esau again in the kingdom. Now the other heathens, they'll be slaves, but after that 1,000 years, they'll get their not reparations, but they'll be let go just to live in where they're allotted. Obadiah 1:11. In the day that thou stoodest on the other side, in the day that the strangers carried away captives his forces, and foreigners entered into his gates and cast lots upon Jerusalem, even thou was as one of them. So this is speaking on all the heathens when they was casting lots on Israel, pretty much making them slaves and bondmen and bondwomen, passing them here and forth to other people in order to make them their slaves. So pretty much while everybody else was in their heaven, we was going through it all these years. So they all gonna have to pay. But thou shouldest not have looked on that, Shalaki. But thou shouldest not have looked on the day of thy brother and the day that he became a stranger. Neither shouldest thou have rejoiced over the children of Judah in the day of their destruction. Neither shouldest thou have spoken proudly in the day of distress. Thou shouldest not have entered into the gate of my people in the day of their calamity. Yet thou shouldest not have looked on their affliction in the day of their calamity, nor have laid hands on their substance in the day of their calamity. So this is all the times where Esau wanted to be a part of it. If you ever notice, at every crime scene, Esau is there. They always want to be a part of it. They always getting caught red-handed. And I don't know if you remember back in Genesis when he was giving out the blessings. Esau was mad because thy brother Jacob had taken thy blessing. But they also gave, matter of fact, I'm going to go to it. I believe it's Genesis 24. No, it's not 24. It's probably Genesis. Let me see. Let me check Genesis. I just want to bring up the point to where I know I got it. Let me check something. Let me just go. Let me look it up. Well, I was just going there too. So lucky. Here goes the first one. Genesis 25, and I'm starting 29. And Jacob sawed pottage, and Esau came from the field, and he was faint. Esau said to Jacob, feed me, I pray thee, with the same red pottage, for I am faint. Therefore was his name called Esau, or Salaki, was called Edom. And Jacob said, sell me this day thy birthright. And Esau said, behold, I am at the point to die. What profit shall this birthright do to me? Salaki. Jacob said, swear to me this day. And he swore unto him, and he sold his birthright unto Jacob. Then Jacob gave Esau bread and pottage of lentils, and he did eat and drink, and rose up and went his way. Thus Esau despised his birthright. So this right here is the first part, where he gave up his birthright for red meat. Okay? And let me go to the next part, when he got the blessing, when Jacob got the blessing from Esau. Okay, Genesis 27 and 35. And he said, thy brother came with subtlety, had taken away thy blessing. And he said, is not he rightly named Jacob, for he has submitted me these 2 times. He took away my birthright, and behold, now he had taken away my blessing. So he lied right there. He gave away his birthright. And it said from the beginning of times, when they was in the womb, the older shall serve the younger. So this was all prophesied to happen. So pretty much, Esau was never going to get that blessing. It was always meant for Jacob. And let me go back to that, actually, because I even got to what I was trying to say. But yeah, it was always meant for Jacob. And so since Esau was mad about this, right here at Genesis 27 and 41, and Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. So if we go back to Obadiah, for thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, that shall be cut off forever. So pretty much, Obadiah is going back to all the things of which Esau has done and said they was going to do to Jacob. Where was I at? Right there. Right there. I believe I'm at 15. Obadiah 1 and 15. For the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thy own head. For as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, so shall all the heathen drink continually. Yeah, they shall drink, and they shall swallow down. They shall be as though they had not been. So pretty much, they're going to drink of that cup. They're going to drink of that cup that we've been drinking of. All the curses and stuff we went through, they're going to go through. They're going to go down, and they're going to be inside of hell, which is a state. They will no longer be in their heaven. But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness. And the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, the house of Esau for stubble. They shall kindle in them, and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord hath spoken it. And you know, when the Lord speaks something, it does not come back void. Obadiah 1:19. And they of the south shall possess the mountain of Esau, and they of the plain of Philistines, and they shall possess the fields of Ephraim, and the fields of Samaria. And Benjamin shall possess Gilead, Salaki, if I mispronounced it. And the captivity of the host of the children of Israel shall possess that of Canaanites, even unto Zerphiah, and the captivity of Jerusalem, which is in Shepharad, shall possess the cities of the south. And Savior shall come up of Mount Zion to judge the mountain of Esau, and the kingdom shall be the Lord's. So pretty much after all this last hour of temptation and everything shall be peace. We shall finally find peace. As the Lord has said, right now, this is not our rest, brothers and sisters. So we have to continue on bringing out these prophecies. Because you know, you bring out these prophecies, you're pretty much speaking it into existence, or the Lord is speaking it through you. So the more and more we bring out these prophecies, the more and more this kingdom is crumbling. And honestly, some people might not see it, but some people will see it. Every day you see this place is going down more and more. You see the downfall, the real downfall of Esau and their kingdom. At a point, they're going to show their horns, and they're going to come full-fledged at you. So stay strong. Stay strong, brothers and sisters. And remember, the end of the end of Esau is the beginning of Jacob. When the wicked are in charge, people mourn. But when the righteous are in charge, people rejoice. And with that,